kicking your cane all over the place, singing, we will rock you. We will rock you. Everybody, we will rock you. Oh, we will rock you. I've paid my dues time after time. I've done my sentence but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of sand kicked in my face, but I've come through. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting to the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time or losers, 'cause we are the champions. We are the champions, my friend. And we'll keep on fighting to the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. Welcome to the Oscars!
Live from the Dolby Theater at Hollywood and Highland, it's the 91st Academy Awards. Tonight, we celebrate the actors and actresses, the artists and filmmakers from the biggest movies of the year, including Best Picture nominees A Star is Born, Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, Green Book, Roma, The Favorite, Vice. Welcome to the Oscars.
Do you realize how many events had to occur since the birth of the universe, leading to the making of you?
And when you're down here, you don't think about it too much, but when you get a different vantage point, it changes your perspective.
I just think of myself as that little kid I was. I say, would he have been proud of me? And if the answer is yes, then I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Not looking back, only forwards.
It's the same story, just a different name.
In every film, there's a moment when the hero hits rock bottom.
Round after round, you learn more about yourself.
You'll do what you have to do, and then you'll do it again.
Find something you really love and then go after it.
The best things in life happen unexpectedly.
And that's what makes things exciting and fun.
You have to find the truth of it.
We're about to blast off!
we go.
We will have a transformative experience.
Let the party commence.
Let's take some time to think of people who have sung you into singing, smiled you into smiling, loved you into loving.
People will remember our movies.
And now, please welcome Tina Fey, Maya Rudolph, and Amy Poehler.
Good evening and welcome to the 1 millionth Academy Awards. We are not your hosts, but we're going to stand here a little too long so that the people who get USA Today tomorrow will think that we hosted.
That's great. That's great. So just a quick update for everybody in case you're confused. There is no host tonight. There won't be a popular movie category, and Mexico is not paying for the wall.
And we won't be doing awards during the commercials, but we will be presenting commercials during the awards. So if all the winners could please say, Hellman's Mayonnaise, we're on the side of food, instead of your speeches, that would be great. Again, we are not your hosts this year, but if we had hosted, it probably would have gone like this.
I'm Freddie Mercury.
Well, I'm the wife, Buster Scruggs. I hardly know her.
Hey, Chad. That's a good one. Hey, Chadwick Boseman, what kind of plans you got later?
These Spanx are so tight, they've entered my Spider-Verse.
I'm Sam Elliott from Sam Elliott Mustache Wax.
Roma's on Netflix. What's next? My microwave makes a movie.
And don't worry, Bradley. After 4 kids, I too have peed myself at the Grammys.
From the Fire Festival. But we're not going to do any of that. No, we're not doing any of that. We are here to present the award for Outstanding Supporting Actress. Although, in my experience, all actresses are outstanding supporting actresses because women naturally support each other. Yep. For example, yes, that's true. That's very, very true. For example, I support both of you financially.
Yes.
And I hold your boobs while you jog.
That's right. And Tina, I dub all your dialogue internationally.
Eso es verdad. Hablas también por mí.
The nominees for Outstanding Supporting Actress are
Amy Adams, Vice.
The VP just sits around and waits for the president to die. You've said so yourself.
Yeah, it's a cruddy job.
Yeah.
That's just a meeting.
Is it just a meeting?
It's just a meeting.
Good.
Marina de Tavira, Roma.
Dice que no sabe.
Claro que los quiere.
Claro que los quiere. Mucho. Dice que los quiere ver.
¿Cuándo?
Dice que no sabe. Que pronto.
Regina King, If Beale Street Could Talk.
It's your grandchild. I don't understand you. It's your grandchild. What difference does it make how he gets here? The child ain't got nothing to do with that. Ain't none of us got nothing to do with that.
Emma Stone, The Favorite.
I hoped I might be employed here by you. As something. A monster for the children to play with, perhaps. Yes, if you like.
Rachel Weisz, The Favorite.
How'd it go? If you forget to load the pellet, the gun fires, makes a sound, but releases no shot. It is a great jape, do you agree? Yes. Maybe we will think of a use for it one day. Sometimes it is hard to remember whether you have loaded the pellet or not. I do fear confusion and accidents.
And the Oscar goes to Regina King!
This is the first Oscar and nomination for Regina King.
To be standing here representing one of the greatest artists of our time, James Baldwin, it's a little surreal. James Baldwin birthed this baby, and Barry, you nurtured her, you surrounded her with so much love and support. So it's appropriate for me to be standing here because I'm an example of what it looks like when support and love is poured into someone. Mom, I love you so much. Thank you for teaching me that God is always leaning, always has been leaning in my direction. Gamosas. They'll ask me about that later. So many people to thank. Chelsea Barnard, who brought this project to Annapurna, Megan Ellenson, Annapurna, Plan B, this amazing cast. My sisters in art, Marina, Amy, Emma, Rachel. It's been an honor to have my name be just said with yours this whole step of the way. It's been pretty amazing. The Rivers family, Kiki, Coleman, Tiana, Stefan. God is good all the time.
Please welcome Jason Momoa and Academy Award-winning actress Helen Mirren.
Well, you know, honestly, I swear to God that Jason and I didn't coordinate our outfits tonight. This is purely accidental. But, you know, it just goes to show, doesn't it, that these days a Hawaiian god and a very mature English woman can actually wear the same color. We can both wear pink.
Finally, the times are changing.
Yay.
Boom. Documentary filmmakers bring us stories of real people doing real things, and in doing so, they can often open our eyes to the most important issues of yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
They're insightful, they're illuminating, sometimes astonishing, always authentic and revelatory. Here are the nominees for Best Documentary Feature.
Free Solo, Elizabeth Chai-Vasarely, Jimmy Chin, Evan Hayes, and Shannon Dill.
The chance of me falling off is quite low, even though the consequence is extremely high, and that's kind of like one of the appeals of free soloing.
Hale County, This Morning, This Evening. Ramel Ross, Jocelyn Barnes, and Sue Kim.
I don't want my son to know that I didn't graduate. I just want to make life better for him.
Minding the Gap, Bing Lu and Diane Kwan.
I'm making this film because I was physically disciplined by my stepfather, and it didn't make sense to me. And I saw myself in your own story.
Of fathers and sons, Talal Derki, Ansgar Friedrich, Aoife Keme and Tobias N. Ziebert.
قد دعيت الى الله سبحانه وتعالى يا رب اسالك باسمك العظيم ان ترزقني طفل بالمناسبه قال اجعلني محمد عمر 11/9/2007.
RBG, Betsy West and Julie Cohen.
I ask no favor for my sex. All I ask of our brethren is that they take their feet off our necks.
And the Oscar goes to Free Solo.
This is the first Oscar nomination for Elizabeth Chai Vasarely, Jimmy Chin, Evan Hayes, and Shannon Dill.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, National Geographic, for believing in us and for hiring women and people of color, because we only help make the films better. Thank you to all the amazing people who worked on this film. Evan, Shannon.
Our high-angle team.
I mean, it was a work of an army, and we appreciate you in every way. Thank you to our families, especially our two kids. Marina, I know you're here.
James.
And then thank you to Sonny McCandless. You climbed your own mountain that day, so thank you, Sonny. This film would be so boring without you, I'm just saying, okay? Okay, anyway, thank you, Alex Honnold, for giving us courage and teaching us how to believe in the impossible and inspiring us. This film is for everyone who believes in the impossible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up, a look at Vice and the awards for makeup and hairstyling and costume design. And later, Melissa McCarthy, Tyler Perry, Amelia Clark, and a performance by Jennifer Hudson. From Rage Against the Machine, here is Tom Morello.
Movies, like music, can do more than entertain. A great movie can become a part of the conversation of history. And like our next movie, and the kind of songs I like to make, it can do it with feedback, noise, and yes, anger. Adam McKay's Vice is such a film. Shredding the traditional biopic structure with passion and humor, Vice seeks to put a spotlight on a man who avoided it his whole career, Dick Cheney. Brilliantly acted, the film is a lesson about the past. It serves as a warning about the present and the future. War, greed, truth, lies, fatherhood, love, torture, and betrayal all swirl around in Vice with a hard backbeat and a killer bass line. Some will dig it, some will cover their ears. But everyone will do the one thing the movie begs us to do: react. This is Vice.
So what's the plan? The plan is to take over the damn place.
George, you're a kinetic leader. You make decisions based on instinct.
People always said that.
I want to show the world the true power of the American presidency.
That's not something a vice president really does.
Well, it is now.
You need to remember that if you have power, people will always try to take it from you.
Please welcome Elsie Fisher and Stefan James.
It doesn't take a magic wand to transform an actor into a character whose look is memorable and meaningful to the story.
All it takes are this year's nominees for achievement in makeup and hairstyling. Border, Jorun Lundstrom and Pamela Goldhammer. Mary Queen of Scots, Jenny Shirkor, Mark Pilcher, and Jessica Brooks. Vice, Greg Canham, Kate Biscoe, and Patricia Dehaney.
And the Oscar goes to Greg Canham, Kate Biscoe, and Patricia Dehaney for Vice.
This is the first Oscar and nomination for Kate Biscoe and Patricia Dehaney, the fourth Oscar and 10th nomination for Greg Canham. Oscars in this category have been awarded since 1981.
Thank you, Annapurna, our great director, Adam McKay, Christian Bale. What a... Oh, you're here. Go ahead.
That's you. Who's read that?
No, I already did.
Oh,
go ahead.
Plan B, Gary Sanchez.
The voting Academy members and our fellow nominees from the UK and Sweden. Thank you.
Christian Bale, you're fantastic. You're so great to work with and create with and everything. Thank you.
Amy Adams, thank you for bringing us up to your level of commitment.
Sam Rockwell and the 150 other SAG members. Great job.
Susan Matheson.
Jeff Waxman and
Jennifer
Mataloff.
Our DP, Greg Fraser, our scriptee, Kate.
Ann Paula Williams, Jamie Kelman, Adrian Moreau, Leslie Wofford, Christina Waltz.
And Chris Gallagher.
Kenny Myers. Yeah, Kenny Myers.
Kenny Myers, go ahead.
Eric Horn, Brian Wade.
Please welcome Brian Tyree Henry and a nominee tonight for actress in a leading role, Melissa McCarthy.
A rakish tilt to a hat, the drape of fabric just so. Nuance and sophistication are just two qualities of the most effective costume design.
These artists create a pastiche of textiles with authenticity, yet never distract from the story. Costume designers construct the looks that ground a character to a particular time and place in the subtlest of ways.
So true. So true.
So true. So true.
Here are the nominees for Achievement in Costume Design. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, costume design by Mary Zoffreys. Black Panther, costume design by Ruth Carter. The Favorite, costume design by Sandy Powell. Mary Poppins Returns, costume design by Sandy Powell. Mary, Queen of Scots, costume design by Alexandra Byrne.
And the Oscar goes to...
I got it. Yep. Oh, okay.
Nope, get
Yep,
it.
we got
Okay.
it.
Black Panther, Ruth Carter!
This is the first Oscar and third nomination for Ruth Carter. She was previously nominated in this category for Malcolm X and Amistad.
Wow, I got it. Wow, this has been a long time coming. Spike Lee, thank you for my start. I hope this makes you proud. Woo. Marvel may have created the first black superhero, but through costume design, we turned him into an African king. It's been my life's honor to create costumes. Thank you to the Academy. Thank you for honoring African royalty and the empowered way women can look and lead on screen. Thank you to my crews around the world who helped bring Wakanda to life. Our genius director, Ryan Coogler. You are a guiding force. Thank you for your trust in understanding my role in telling the African American story. Adding vibranium to costumes is very expensive. So thank you, Victoria Alonso, Kevin Feige, Louis Esposito, Jeffrey Chernoff, Bob Iger, and Nate Moore. My career is built with passion to tell stories that allow us to know ourselves better. This is for my 97-year-old mother watching in Massachusetts. Mom, thank you for teaching me about people and their stories. You are the original superhero. Thank you.
Coming up, Jennifer Lopez, Chris Evans, and Tyler Perry. The award for cinematography and a look at Best Picture nominee A Star is Born. Then later, Angela Bassett and Javier Bardem, plus a performance from Jennifer Hudson. All here on the Oscars at the Dolby Theater. Please welcome Jennifer Lopez and Chris Evans.
Tonight is not only about celebrating the people in front of the camera, it's also about recognizing the artists who design the beautiful worlds our characters inhabit.
Let's take a look at the incredible work they do creating the overall appearance of their films. Here are tonight's nominees for Achievement in Production Design.
Black Panther, production design by Hannah Beekler and set decoration by Jay Hart. The Favorite, production design by Fiona Crombie and set decoration by Alice Felton. First Man, production design by Nathan Crowley and set decoration by Kathy Lucas. Mary Poppins Returns, production design by John Meyer and set decoration by Gordon Sim. Roma, production design by Eugenio Caballero and set decoration by Barbara Enriquez.
And the Oscar goes to Hannah Beekler, production design, Jay Hart, set decoration. For Black Panther.
This is the first Oscar in nomination for Hannah Beekler. She is the first African American to be nominated in this category. This is the first win and third nomination for Jay Hart. He was previously nominated in this category for Pleasantville and LA Confidential.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can you hold this for me? Sure. I didn't even. Okay, you're on my dress. All right, New Orleans, you heard me? Okay, I gotta put these on. And I don't even know where I put my speech because I put it in the phone and now I can't find it. I'm really shaking hard. Okay, this is crazy. I love you guys. I want to thank all of the nominees in this category for the extraordinary worlds that they built this year. So honored to be a part of that. I want to thank the Academy. Thank you so much, Ryan Coogler. I stand here stronger than I was yesterday. I stand here with agency and self-worth because of Ryan Coogler, who not only made me a better designer, a better storyteller, a better person. I stand here because of this man who offered me a different perspective of life, who offered me a safe space, who's patient and gave me air, humanity, and brotherhood. Thank you, Ryan. I love you. I'm stronger because of Marvel, who gave me the opportunity to do my best, who supported the vision of this film and lifted us up every day. Victoria Alonso, Kevin Feige, Lou D'Esposito, and the man with the best laugh ever, Nate Moore. Thank you. I'm stronger because of an art department crew who led with their hearts and brought their experiences, talent, courage, humility, and hard work to the table. Supervising art director Alan Hook and set decorator Jay Hart. Thank you. I'm stronger today because of this wonderful cast who every day stepped into this world and breathed life into it. Because of Ruth Carter and Rachel Morrison and everything they did behind the camera with me. I'm stronger because of a woman who supported me every day that I wanted to give up. This is for you, my friend Carol Trevino. Rest in power. I'm stronger because of my family who supported me through the roughest of times. I give the strength to all of those who come next to keep going, to never give up. And when you think it's impossible, just remember to say this piece of advice I got from a very wise woman. I did my best, and my best is good enough. Thank you.
I just want to thank my crew.
Please welcome Tyler Perry.
Community. We often use that word to describe who we are and what connects all of us involved in the different elements that bring a film from an idea in the writer's mind to its premiere on the big screen. Each person, each craft, each discipline is essential to that process. Deep down, we know that, we always have, and in the end, this truly collaborative community comes together on a night like this to celebrate this past year and to look forward to the next. It is a true honor for me to present this next award live on camera, not during the commercial break. Thank you, Academy. Here are the nominees for Achievement in Cinematography.
Cold War, Wukash Zhao. The Favorite, Robbie Ryan. Never Look Away, Caleb Deschanel. Roma, Alfonso Cuarón. A Star is Born, Matthew Libatique.
And the Oscar goes to Alfonso Cuarón, Roma.
Alfonso Cuarón is the fourth person to receive 4 nominations in 4 different award categories for the same film. This is his 3rd Oscar and 10th nomination.
Wow, thank you so much. This is an amazing honor. Thank you, Academy. To create a single frame of film, as you well know, requires the work of a lot of people, very hard work. So I want to thank Yalitza Aparicio and Marina Tavira before anybody else. The amazing cast and crew, Gabriela Rodriguez, Nicolas Celis, my producers, participant at Netflix, Technicolor and Ari. If this film was created by my own memories, the film was crafted through the memories of what these great masters in cinematography have given to us. It's well known that in Billy Wilder's office there was a sign that said, "What would Lubitsch have done?" And for me it was, "What would Chivo Lubezki would have done?" So this is for you too, Chivo. And thank you very much, Mexico. Thank you, my family, and Jonás, Bu, y Olmo. Love you guys. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Emilia Clarke.
The first nominee for original song was composed for the documentary feature RBG. Sung as a rallying cry, an anthem, and a personal promise, the song embodies the seemingly endless strength and commitment of its subject, Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, a woman who has spent her career at the forefront of the fight against gender discrimination. Khaleesi has nothing on her. Justice Ginsburg, if you'd ever like to borrow the dragons, ring me. Although the song's subject is soft-spoken, its singer is a vocal powerhouse, presenting its message with the passion it deserves. And now, performing I'll Fight by songwriter Diane Warren, please welcome Academy Award winner Jennifer Hudson.
When you feel you're taking all that you can take, and you're sure you're never gonna catch a break, and the tears are rivers running down your face, yeah. When your faith is low and you got no strength left, when you think you're gone as far as you can get, and you turn run down to take another step, oh, I will take up your struggle. Oh, I know it's a fight, so I'll fight that war for you. I'll fight, stand and defend you, take your side. That's what I'm here to do. I'll be there to be strong. Oh, I keep on. To the wall, and I'll catch your tears when your tears fall. I'll give it all I want. I'll fight that war for you. Stand and defend you. That's what I'm here to do. I'll be there to be strong. Oh, I keep on. I'll fight.
Keep watching for more highlights of this year's Best Picture nominees and a performance by Bette Midler. And next, James McAvoy and Denai Gurira. Then later, Angela Bassett and Keegan-Michael Key. please welcome Serena Williams.
When we're young, we all have dreams of what we can accomplish in life. Having the dream is easy. Making it come true is hard. Whether that dream is becoming an actor, a tennis player, or a singer like Allie in A Star is Born. In tonight's STEC nominee for Best Picture, we see through Allie's eyes the highs and the low on the journey to stardom. There's the rush of fame, the pressure of success, and the heartache that comes with sacrificing love for career or career for love. This is A Star is Born.
And now, please welcome James McAvoy and Danai Gurira.
The nominees for sound editing this year run the gamut.
From the cacophony of battle in Black Panther
And the arena rock of Bohemian Rhapsody
to the quiet tensions of home in Roma.
And the suspenseful silence of A Quiet Place.
And the utter silence of space in First Man.
Here are the nominees for achievement in sound editing. Black Panther, Benjamin A. Burt and Steve Bodecker. Bohemian Rhapsody, John Warhurst and Nina Hartstone. First Man, Eileen Lee and Mildred Ayatru Morgan. A Quiet Place, Ethan Van der Rijn and Eric Adol. Roma, Sergio Diaz and Skip Levsey.
And the Oscar goes to Bohemian Rhapsody, John Warhurst and Nina Hartstone.
This is the first Oscar and nomination for John Warhurst and Nina Hartstone. Bohemian Rhapsody is nominated in 5 categories tonight, including Best Picture.
Wow, that's incredible. We'd like to thank the Academy. This truly is an honor, especially in a category with so many amazing sounding films. Working on Bohemian Rhapsody really was an honor. I mean, we got to work with Queen for our day job, which was wonderful. We'd like to thank all of Queen and the team, the full team, for the great music, for all the support. And yeah, a special nod to Freddie as well. And quick shout out, so many thanks. Steph, my kids, Nina.
And I would like to thank our full BORAP team, all the people who are here, and also everyone back in London who I know are watching right now. And obviously my husband Kevin, who's up there, my family, my kids, Noah, Lola and Eli, my mum and dad who are looking after them. Mum will be home soon. Thank you, thank you.
And now it's time for the next award.
Here are the nominees for Achievement in Sound Mixing. Black Panther, Steve Bodecker, Brandon Proctor, and Peter Devlin. Bohemian Rhapsody, Paul Massey, Tim Cavagin, and John Casale. First Man, John Taylor, Frank A. Montano, Eiling Lee, and Mary H. Ellis. Roma, Skip Levsey, Craig Hennigan, and Jose Antonio Garcia. A Star is Born, Tom Ozanich, Dean Zupancic, Jason Ruder, and Steve Morrow.
And the Oscar goes to Bohemian Rhapsody, Paul Massey, Tim Cavagin, and John Casale.
This is the first Oscar win for this sound mixing team. Paul Massey has 8 previous nominations, receiving his first for his work on Legends of the Fall. Tim Cavagin was previously nominated in this category for Baby Driver, and this is the first nomination for John Casale.
Thank you, Academy. Huge honor. I'd like to thank our producers, Graham King, Dennis O'Sullivan, Ted Galliano from Fox, and our whole sound crew. Thank you. A massive shout out to Brian May and Roger Taylor. Thank you so much for your music and for your collaboration and your support. And I would like to dedicate this to my kids, Sean, Andrew, Sophie, Taylor. I love you all. Thank you.
I want to thank my wife, my kids, Olivia, Joe, Stephen and Gemma, honour my team, and for this really for Chris Murphy, my boom operator that's put up with me for 14 years. Thanks, mate. Thank you.
I'd like to thank Team Twickenham, Al Circuit, everyone else who worked on the sound in this incredible movie, to my mum and dad, my amazing brothers, and to my friends back in Odeum watching tonight. Thank you.
The award for foreign language film and a performance by Bette Midler. Then later, we find out who wins for supporting actor. Will it be Mahershala Ali, Adam Driver, Sam Elliott, Richard E. Grant, or Sam Rockwell? Plus, Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper take the stage. Please welcome Oscar-nominated actress Queen Latifah.
It is an honor to be here to introduce one of tonight's nominees for Best Picture, The Favorite. The film takes us to 18th century Britain with a monarch lacking the interest and maybe the ability to lead. Decision-making is taken over by an inner circle. There's infighting for the ruler's affection. As the stakes get higher, we see corruption lead to the downfall of one underling after another. It's not easy being queen. This is The Favorite.
I hope you haven't found your time with the Queen too tedious.
She seems quite lovely.
The Queen is an extraordinary person.
You're so beautiful. If I were a man, I would ravish you.
You must send Abigail away.
You're jealous.
She is a viper.
I'm on my side, always.
Stop it! Stop!
Oh, it is fun to be queen sometimes.
Do you actually think you have won?
Haven't I?
Take your shot.
Please welcome Academy Award-nominated actress Angela Bassett and Academy Award-winning actor Javier Bardem.
No hay fronteras, no hay muros que frenen el ingenio y el talento. En cada región, de cada país, de cada continente del mundo, hay historias que nos conmueven. Y esta noche celebramos la excelencia y la importancia de la cultura y del idioma de diferentes países. Ladies and gentlemen.
Claro que sí.
Claro que sí.
Members of the Movie Academy come from across the globe. So it is truly fitting that this year, foreign language films are not just recognized in this category, but in almost every category.
Exactly.
Here are the nominees for Best Foreign Language Film. From Lebanon, Capernaum, directed by Nadine Labaki. From Poland, Cold War, directed by Paweł Pawlikowski. From Germany, Never Look Away, directed by Florian Hinkel von Donnersmarck. From Mexico, Roma, directed by Alfonso Cuarón. From Japan, Shoplifters, directed by Hirokazu Koreeda.
And the Oscar goes to Roma!
This is the 9th movie from Mexico to be nominated and the first to win the Oscar for foreign language film.
Thank you. Am I going to get subtitled as well? Well, thank you, Yalitza. Thank you, Marina. Thank you, Gabriela, Nico, all the cast and crew. I grew up watching foreign language films and learning so much from them and being inspired. Films like The Citizen Kane, Jaws, Rashomon, The Godfather, and Breathless. When asked about the novel book, about the new wave, Claude Chabrol said, there are no waves, there's only the ocean. And I think that the nominees tonight have proven that we are part of the same ocean. I want to thank my family, Mexico, for being the beach where this film comes from, and also to Olmo, Boo, and Jonas to be the current that pushes my drift. Thank you so much.
And now, dropping into the Oscars from above, please welcome Keegan-Michael Key.
This thing. This evening's next nominee for Best Original Song was written by Mark Shaman and Scott Whitman for the film Mary Poppins Returns. In addition to lifting the bank's children's spirits through a series of magical adventures, Mary Poppins offers comfort and compassion with this tender lullaby, underscoring the notion that a loved one who is lost can still be very much present. Performing The Place Where Lost Things Go with Mark Shaman on piano, please welcome the divine Miss M.
Do you ever lie awake at night, just between the dark and the morning light, searching for the things you used to know, looking for the place where the lost things go? Do you ever dream or reminisce, wondering where to find what you truly miss? Well, maybe all those things that you love so are waiting in the place where the lost things go. Memories you've shared, gone for good you feared, they're all around you still, though they've disappeared. Maybe to the moon, or maybe somewhere new. Maybe all you're missing lives inside of you. So when you need her touch and loving gaze, gone but not forgotten is the perfect phrase. Smiling from a star that she makes glow. Trust, she's always there, watching as you grow. Find her in the place where the lost things go.
Coming up, a look at Best Picture nominee Black Panther, the Oscars for film editing and Best Supporting Actor, Michael Keaton, and a performance of Shallow by Oscar nominees Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. And later, Charlize Theron, Casey Musgraves, and Laura Dern here at the Dolby Theater. Please welcome Trevor Noah.
Black Panther may be an African hero, but his story and his appeal are universal. I know this personally because of all the people who constantly come up to me and say, Wakanda forever. Everywhere in the world, my African friends are like, Wakanda forever. In France, I've had people say, hello, Trevor Noah, you say Wakanda forever, no? Even backstage, Mel Gibson came up to me like, Wakanda forever. He said another word after that, but the Wakanda part was nice. Growing up as a young boy in Wakanda, I would see King T'Challa flying over our village, and he would remind me of a great Xhosa phrase, "Abelungu abayazi bandiaqoka," which means, in times like these, we are stronger when we fight together than when we try to fight apart. This is Best Picture nominee, Black Panther.
I want to be a great king, just like you. You're a good man, with a good heart. And it's hard for a good man to be king.
The Black Panther lives. You will get to decide what kind of king you are going to be.
Wakanda forever!
Please welcome Oscar-nominated actor Michael Keaton.
If you think of shooting a movie and making a movie as the same thing, you've overlooked one of the most important elements of filmmaking, the editing. Editors infuse a film with rhythm. They build suspense, and they create moments that otherwise would not have existed. And as an actor, they can make things like your performance a whole lot better. Trust me. And here are the nominees for achievement in film editing. Black Klansman, Barry Alexander Brown. Bohemian Rhapsody, John Ottman. The Favorite, Yorgos Mavropsaridis. Green Book, Patrick J. Donvito. Vice, Hank Corwin. And the Oscar goes to Bohemian Rhapsody, John Ottman.
This is the first Oscar nomination for John Ottman.
He just asked me if I would like this, and I said, sure, my mom would like it. Who's here? Over there. She's 85 years old. Wow. You get up here and you're completely blank. This film, I always like to say, as the entire cast and crew likes to always say, was a labor of love. And I think Freddie Mercury, in a way, kind of brought us all together from wherever he is, and just like he did his audience. And I just am so thankful for everyone bonding together and supporting each other and trusting me. And I mean, there's too many people to thank, of course. I'm looking at Rami looking at me. Better thank me. Got the band over here. Thank you so much, Brian May and Roger Taylor. And I have to mention, of course, Graham King and Dennis O'Sullivan, two of the hardest working and committed producers I've ever worked with in my life. And lastly, this goes to my parents on their fireplace mantle, because they encouraged me to do whatever I wanted to do when I was a kid, whether it was writing music, which was a mystery to them, or making films in their garage in Normanton Way in San Jose, California. So as Freddie's father would say, good thoughts, good words, good deeds. Thank you.
Please welcome Daniel Craig and Academy Award winner Charlize Theron.
As actors, we show up, we work hard, and hopefully we take our jobs seriously without taking ourselves too seriously. And seriously, Charlize Theron could kick my ass. We aspire to transform ourselves into the characters we play and to transport the moviegoer in the process.
Among a sea of brilliant performances each year, certain of them stand out for their artistry, their honesty, and the masterful choices made in interpreting the role. We honor those individuals tonight.
Here are the nominees for performance by an actor in a supporting role. Mahershala Ali, Green Book.
I just put the Attorney General of the United States in an incredibly awkward position. So what? That's what the guy gets paid for. What else he got to do? That man and his brother are trying to change this country. That's what else he got to do. Now he thinks I'm some kind of calling from some backwoods swamp jail asking to attenuate assault charges. Who does that? Garbage. That's who.
Adam Driver, Black Klansman.
I'm Jewish, yes, but I wasn't raised to be. It wasn't part of my life. I never thought much about being Jewish. Nobody around me was Jewish. You know, I wasn't going to a bunch of bar mitzvahs. I didn't have a bar mitzvah. I was just another white kid. And now I'm in some basement denying it out loud.
Sam Elliott, A Star is Born.
It isn't your fault. It just isn't. You know whose fault it was? Jack. That's it. No one else.
Richard E. Grant, Can You Ever Forgive Me?
She's not an agent anymore. She died.
She did? That's young.
Maybe she didn't die. Maybe she just moved back to the suburbs. I was confused, those two. No, that's right. She got married and had twins.
Better to have died.
Indeed.
Sam Rockwell, Vice.
You're one of the most experienced guys around. You wanna jump on board, be my vice?
I'm honored.
Don't be honored. Say yes, Mr. Brass Tacks.
I have to say, no.
Dick, come on, we're gonna have a lot of fun. What are you doing right now? You're in the private sector?
Yeah.
Come on. I know you love politics.
George.
Let's go.
How can it happen?
Come on now.
Oscar goes to Mahershala Ali.
This is the second Oscar and second nomination for Mahershala Ali. He took home his first Oscar in this category for Moonlight.
The Academy, thank you. I want to thank Dr. Shirley for just trying to capture his essence. Just trying to capture Dr. Shirley's essence pushed me to my ends, and which is a reflection of the person he was and the life that he lived. And I thank him. I thank my partner, Vigo. It was extraordinary working with you. Peter Farrelly, I thank you for your leadership and your guidance, and for also giving us space, like really giving us space to work it out, and coming in and tweaking, and really appreciate and love you. Octavia Spencer, Chris Bowers, my double. I want to dedicate this to my grandmother, who has been in my ear my entire life, telling me that if at first I don't succeed, try again, that I could do anything I put my mind to, always pushing me to think positively, and I know that I would not be here without her, that she has got me over the hump every step of the way. I thank my wife and my daughter, Bari. I thank Universal, participant, Amblin, everyone who contributed and helped with our movie. Again, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Coming up next, the award for animated feature. Then later, a look at Bohemian Rhapsody and Roma, and a performance of Shallow from A Star is Born. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Academy Award-nominated actress Laura Dern.
Growing up in Los Angeles, can you believe it was only a dream that there would ever be a place where people could go to immerse themselves in the passion and magic of movies? Even as a child of actors, there was nothing. Trust me. But guess what? The dream is happening. When we enter the new Academy Museum of Motion Pictures, we will open a door and walk into the Technicolor land of Oz. We will travel through the animated world of Miyazaki, perhaps encounter the shark from Jaws, and see the ruby red slippers. The dream is a reality, not just for the child in me, but for all of us from all around the world. Coming soon.
Please welcome Michelle Yeoh and Oscar-nominated composer and producer Pharrell Williams.
The Bible says, when I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child, and when I became a man, I put away childish things.
When we move through adulthood, we look back fondly on those simpler times, the creativity we exhibited, our fearlessness, how we approached new things with wonder.
The films nominated for Best Animated Feature possess the ability to move us all. No need to put things away, but instead embrace and enjoy a shared experience.
Here are the nominees for Best Animated Feature Film. Incredibles 2, Brad Bird, John Walker, and Nicole Paradis Grindle. Isle of Dogs, Wes Anderson, Scott Rudin, Stephen Rails, and Jeremy Dawson. Mirai, Mamoru Hosoda, and Yuichiro Saito. Ralph Breaks the Internet, Rich Moore, Phil Johnston, and Clark Spencer. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Bob Persichetti, Peter Ramsey, Rodney Rothman, Phil Lord, and Christopher Miller.
And the Oscar goes to? Mimi, you were right. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Bob Persichetti, Peter Ramsey, Rodney Rothman,
Phil Lord, and Christopher Miller.
This is the first Oscar nomination for Bob Persichetti, Peter Ramsey, Rodney Rothman, Phil Lord, and Christopher Miller.
There's a lot of us.
Wow.
Hey, wow.
Thank you, Academy.
Thank you, Sony. We share this with our fellow producers, cast, crew. There's 800 filmmakers who pushed boundaries and took risks to make people feel powerful and seen.
So when we hear that somebody's kid was watching the movie and turned to them and said, "He looks like me," or "They speak Spanish like us," we feel like we already won.
To our audience, thank you so much. We love you, and we want you all to know we see you. You're powerful. This world needs you, okay? This world needs you. So please, we're all counting on you. Thank you.
On behalf of everyone that made this movie, we want to thank our families who stayed with us for 4 years on this. This is for you. We love you all.
And
Please welcome Casey Musgraves.
The Ballad of Buster Scruggs brought new life into Westerns with its mix of satire, sentiment, realism, and romance. All of these qualities are on display in this haunting song. It's fresh, but yet you feel like you've heard it your whole life. It could have been an absurd and comical moment in the film, but the song elevates it into something authentic and beautiful. Here are the wonderful Gillian Welch and David Rawlings with their Oscar-nominated song, When a Cowboy Trades His Spurs for Wings.
Let me tell you, buddy, there's a faster gun coming over yonder when tomorrow comes. Let me tell you, buddy, and it won't be long till you find yourself singing your last cowboy song. Yippee-ki-yay, when the roundup ends. Yippee-ki-yay, and the campfire dims. Yippee-ki-yay, he shouts and he sings. When a cowboy trades his spurs for wings. Yippee-ki-yay, I'm glory bound. No more jingle jangle, I lay my guns down. Yippee-ki-yay, he shouts and he sings. When a cowboy trades his spurs for wings.
Coming up, highlights from Best Picture nominees Bohemian Rhapsody, Roma, Black Klansman, and Green Book. Plus Mike Myers and Dana Carvey together on stage. Chadwick Boseman, Constance Wu, Brie Larson, Samuel L. Jackson, Lady Gaga, and Bradley Cooper.
I think we'll go with a little Bohemian Rhapsody, gentlemen.
Good call.
Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub has a devil put aside for me, for me, for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mike Myers and Dana Carvey.
We're not worthy!
I think I'm gonna hurl.
Don't hurl, because if you honk, I'll spew.
And if you spew, I'll blow chunks. So I shall not hurl.
Good call, good call. But seriously, Bohemian Rhapsody played a large part in the success of Wayne's World. We're humbled to be associated with that brilliant song.
It's our pleasure to introduce a Best Picture nominee that celebrates the life of Freddie Mercury through the genius of Queen's music. Ladies and gentlemen, Bohemian Rhapsody!
What is it like saying with all those people?
But I know they're listening. I'm not afraid of anything.
No one will play a queen.
Fortune favors the bold.
Thoughts, good words, good deeds. That's what you should aspire to.
Just need a bit of time. But if I don't have time?
Please welcome Aquafina and John Mulaney.
Oh my God, John.
Oh my God.
You're here too. That's good.
Yeah, they told me backstage, like, you're gonna do this with Aquafina, and I was like,
Thank God I'm not presenting alone. This is my first time ever at the Oscars, like ever.
This is my first time ever at the Oscars too.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yes. I'm having a panic attack.
I am so scared. Why am I so scared right now?
I don't know.
It's like you see these commercials and they're like, oh, it's Hollywood's biggest night. And I'm always like, whatever, shut up. And now I'm here and like, this is Hollywood's
biggest night. It's a big night.
I want these people to like me to a degree that I find embarrassing.
You know, who are you most nervous to see? Because when I walked out, I saw Spike Lee and I was like, what?
That's what you said?
Yeah, I was like, he's like...
That's great. Do you know who I saw? And I legit freaked out?
Who?
Jordan Peele.
Don't you know him?
Yeah, that's why it's weird.
All right, this is awesome. Let's do this. We are here to present the award for Best Animated Short.
Dude, they gave us one of the big ones.
It's a big one.
All right.
It's a big one. Here are the nominees for Best Animated Short Film. Animal Behavior, Allison Snowden and David Fine. Bow, Domi Shi and Becky Neiman-Cobb. Late Afternoon, Luis Bagnall and Nuria Gonzalez Blanco. One Small Step, Andrew Chesworth and Bobby Pontillas. Weekends, Trevor Jimenez.
And the Oscar goes to Bow.
This is the first Oscar and nomination for Domi Shi and Becky Neiman-Cobb. Academy Awards in this category have been presented since 1932.
Okay, holy.
It's our first time, too.
Yeah, it's our first time, too. Oh, my gosh. Thank you to the Academy. Thank you to my fellow nominees. Thank you for supporting shorts. To all of the nerdy girls out there who hide behind their sketchbooks, don't be afraid to tell your stories to the world. You're gonna freak people out, but you'll probably connect with them too, and that's an amazing feeling to have. Thank you to Pete Docter for believing in my weirdness and for giving me a voice at the studio. And thank you, of course, to my mom and my dad, my muses, and my partner Darren for being with me through all of this and being my human stress ball. Thank you.
We want to thank the entire BOW crew. They brought their heart to this short, and you can see it in every shot. To everyone at Pixar, you inspire us every day. Disney for believing in us. To my friends and family, parents and sister, I love you so much. I got to help make a short that was about a mother just as I was becoming one. So to my little BOW Lucy and to Deanne, none of this would be possible without you. I love you.
Why are we still here?
What?
Why are we here still?
Are we doing another?
We're doing another one.
Oh,
cool.
yes.
Oh.
Documentary short subject.
That's a good one.
All right.
That's a good one.
Here are the nominees.
Black Sheep, Ed Perkins and Jonathan Chin. Endgame, Rob Epstein and Jeffrey Friedman. Lifeboat, Sky Fitzgerald and Bryn Musser. A Night at the Garden, Marshall Curry. Period, End of Sentence, Rika Zatabchi and Melissa Burton.
And the Oscar goes to period, end of sentence.
This is the first Oscar nomination for Rika Zatabchi and Marissa Burton.
I'm not crying because I'm on my period or anything. I can't believe a film about menstruation just won an Oscar. Thank you, Netflix, for giving us a platform. Thank you to my creative partners, Sam Davis. I share this with you, baby. Thank you to my mom and my sister. I love you guys. To Lisa Tabak and Garrett Schiff. To Gunit Monga and the women of Katagira, know that you are empowering women all over the world to fight for menstrual equality.
This film began because high school students here and our brave partners at Action India wanted to make a difference, a human rights difference. I share this award with the Feminist Majority Foundation, with Helen, Claire, Avery, Ruby, Sophie, Charlotte, Carly, the entire PAD project team, with the Oakwood School. I share this with teachers and with students around the world. A period should end a sentence, not a girl's education.
Some of the biggest awards of the night are ahead. And right now, we're heading to the backstage green room to see the stars as they get ready to go on stage, and where the winners come to celebrate after their big moment. Coming up next, Diego Luna, Jose Andres, Paul Rudd, and Sarah Paulson, plus a performance of Shallow by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. Please welcome Diego Luna and Chef Jose Andres.
Buenas noches a todos. ¿Ya se puede hablar español en los Óscares?
I'm a chef. I follow the recipe.
Bueno, si quieres, yo hablo en español y tú en inglés. Ya nos abrieron la puerta y no nos sacan de aquí. El escenario es tuyo.
So, people of the world, each person's life is a recipe all on its own, with different measures of joy and sadness, struggle and success, love and loss. The results are unique every time, even though all of the ingredients are universal.
In Roma, Alfonso Cuarón presents an honest and vital portrait of the Mexico City of his childhood. A place full of contrast and contradictions. This is a story of lonely women and absent men, of painful class divisions and racial dynamics. But love is where everyone meets.
And this beautiful, intimate film, one that gives a voice to the voiceless, reminds us of the understanding and compassion that we all owe to the invisible people in our lives, immigrants and women who move humanity forward.
Bueno, pues aquí hay un cachito de Roma.
Lugar en la ciudad. Allí, entre llanto y dolor, en la miseria y sin amor.
Please welcome Paul Rudd and Sarah Paulson.
In Duck Soup, Chico Marx asks, who are you going to believe, me or your own eyes? When it comes to visual effects, the answer's not so simple.
Today's effects artists collaborate with every other department to convince audiences of even the most implausible realities. This is the kind of magic that allows the audience to believe I was actually obliterated by a truck in Bird Box.
And the same kind of magic that allows an audience to believe that I am an actor.
Here are this year's nominees for achievement in visual effects.
Avengers Infinity War, Dan DeLue, Kelly Port, Russell Earl, and Dan Sudik. Christopher Robin, Christopher Lawrence, Michael Eames, Theo Jones, and Chris Corbould. First Man, Paul Lambert, Ian Hunter, Tristan Miles, and J.D. Schwamm. Ready Player One, Roger Guyot, Grady Kofer, Matthew E. Butler, and David Shirk. Solo, A Star Wars Story, Rob Brado, Patrick Tubach, Neil Scanlon, and Dominic Toohey.
And the Oscar goes to First Man. Paul Lambert, Ian Hunter, Tristan Miles, and J.D. Schwamm.
This is the first Oscar nomination for Tristan Miles and J.D. Schwamm. The second win and second-time nominees, Paul Lambert and Ian Hunter.
Oh my goodness, what a truly magnificent moment. We did things a little bit differently on First Man, so being recognized by the Academy is all the more special. Thanks goes to my visual effects producer, Kevin Elam, also Jennifer Bell and Bill Talusty at Universal. Thank you to the inspirational Damien Chazelle and our amazing cast and all the incredible heads of department, Linus, Tom, Justin, Mildred, Ailing, Nathan, Rose, Ian, Josh, Mary and Donald, who made this film so memorable. And a big shout out to Michelle Eisenreich, Rupert Porter, and all my people at DNIG Vancouver. Thank you.
Thank you again, Damien Chazelle, my amazing effects team, my wife, Erica, I love you, my 2 boys, John and James, and my dad, Jim, who taught me how to put the magic in movies. Thank you.
Thanks to the crew at DNIG, without whose hard work we wouldn't be stood up here tonight. Also thanks to my wife, Kirsty, and our 2 children, Isabella and Eloisa, for all their support over the years.
And it's an honor, it's humbling to honor Neil Armstrong and all the men and women of NASA, so thank you so much. Kirsten Beficio!
Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world? Or do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change, and in the bad times I fear myself.
Tell me something, boy. Aren't you tired trying to fill that void? Or do you need more? Ain't it hard keeping it so hardcore? I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change, and in the bad times I fear myself. I'm off the deep end, watch as I dive in. I'll never leave the ground. Crash through the surface where they can't hurt us. We'll fall from the shallow now. In the shallow. In the shallow, we're far from the shallow now. Oh, 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 in the shallow, we're far from the shallow now.
Coming up, the Oscars for original and adapted screenplays. Then later, we'll find out who brings home the Oscars for Best Actor and Actress. Plus, Brie Larson, Samuel L. Jackson, Tessa Thompson, Chadwick Boseman, and Constance Wu. Here on the Oscars. Please welcome Kristen Ritter and Kiki Lane.
This year's short films are innovative, profoundly moving, and worthy of nominations in every category.
Set in locations around the world, they show us the best and worst in ourselves. If you love movies, you need to see these films.
Here are the nominees for Best Live-Action Short Film. Detainment, Vincent Lam and Darren Mahin. Fauve, Jeremy Comte and Maria Gracia Torjon. Marguerite, Marianne Farley and Marie-Hélène Panisset. Mother, Rodrigo Sorogoyen and Maria Del Puy Alvarado. Skin, Guy Nativ and Jamie Ray Newman.
And the Oscar goes to... Yes! Skin. Guy Nativ and Jamie Ray Newman.
This is the first Oscar nomination for Guy Nativ and Jamie Ray Newman. Academy Awards for live-action short films have been presented for over 80 years.
Oh my God. Okay, I moved here 5 years ago from Israel. Laila Tov Israel, hi. And my grandparents are Holocaust survivors. And, you know, the bigotry that they experienced in the Holocaust, we see that everywhere today, in America, in Europe. And this film is about education. It's about teaching your kids a better way.
We dedicate this to our, oh my God, our 5-month-old baby who's sitting at home with my parents watching this. We hope that you grow up in a world where these things don't happen because people learn to love and accept each other. I want to thank Andrew Koberg, Sharon Maimon, Tim Harms, all our team at ICM, our Maven girls, Celine Trudy, Oren, if you're out there, who else?
Oren Wolverman, Fox Searchlight.
Fox Searchlight, we love you!
Please welcome Academy Award-nominated actor Samuel L. Jackson and Academy Award winner Brie Larson.
First of all, Spike, so glad you're sitting down. After 18 consecutive home losses, the Knicks won tonight. I repeat, the Knicks won tonight, defeating San Antonio 130-118.
And now to get back on script. The legendary filmmaker Frank Capra said, "Script writing is the toughest part of the whole racket, the least understood and the least noticed."
No, we notice.
Of course.
Trust me, we notice.
100%.
Bree and I don't show up on a movie set and ad-lib for 12 hours.
Sometimes.
We're not
If
winging
it's
it.
bad.
We're not winging it. We
But not
need
tonight.
words. We need words.
Yeah.
Which is why we truly appreciate what the late, great William Goldman said about his craft. The latest, the easiest thing to do on earth is to not write.
Truth. Luckily, these writers took the hard path. They are the nominees for Original Screenplay.
The Favorite, written by Deborah Davis and Tony McNamara. First Reformed, written by Paul Schrader. Green Book, written by Nick Vallelonga, Brian Curry, Peter Farrelly. Roma, written by Alfonso Cuarón. Vice, written by Adam McKay.
Yeah, I did it.
Okay, all right. And the Oscar goes to
Nick
Vallelonga, Brian Curry, and Peter Farrelly for Green Book.
This is the first Oscar and second nomination for Nick Vallelonga, Brian Curry, and Peter Farrelly, who are also nominated in the Best Picture category.
I'd like to thank the Universal Studios, DreamWorks, and Participant Media. As writers, when you have Mahershala Ali, Viggo Mortensen, and Linda Cardellini saying your lines, you pinch yourself, consider yourself the luckiest writers on the face of the earth. I want to thank the entire cast and crew, my whole family, all my friends who've put up with my career, and particularly George and Eileen Curry, best parents anybody could ever have.
They say if you want to go somewhere fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I got a lot of people to thank, starting with the entire state of Rhode Island. Thank you very much. I want to thank Viggo, Mahershala, and Linda. We have nothing without you guys. I mean nothing. Also, I want to thank my wife, Melinda, my kids, Bob and App up there, Richard Lovett, Joe Mann, Jeff Oken, Cindy Gessner, Peter Grossman, Amanda Lundberg, Stacy Langson, David Lindy, Jonathan King, Robert Kessel, Christina Cornelius, J.B. Rogers, Charlie Wessler, Jim Burke, Ted Virtue, Sean Porter, Tom Kartsotis, and Shinola Watches. Unbelievable. They're saving Detroit. And finally, I want to thank my brother and Bennett Yellen, who got me into this business. I'm nothing without you. Best people ever.
This is an amazing honor. Thank you, everyone, for voting for us. Thank you to the other nominees. What an amazing category to be in with such talented people. This is an amazing room of filmmakers. Embrace ourselves and love each other. Thank you all, my mother and father, Dad. We did it.
Okay.
And now, here are the nominees for Best Adapted Screenplay. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, written by Joel Cohen and Ethan Cohen. All Gold Canyon is based on a story by Jack London. The Gal Who Got Rattled is inspired by a story by Stuart Edward White. Black Klansman, written by Charlie Wachtel and David Rabinowitz and Kevin Wilmot and Spike Lee. Based on the book by Ron Stallworth. Can You Ever Forgive Me? Screenplay by Nicole Holofcener and Jeff Whitty. Based on the book by Lee Israel. If Beale Street Could Talk, written for the screen by Barry Jenkins, based on the book by James Baldwin. A Star is Born, screenplay by Eric Roth and Bradley Cooper and Will Fetters, based on the 1954 screenplay by Moss Hart and the 1976 screenplay by John Gregory Dunn and Joan Didion and Frank Pearson, based on a story by William Wellman and Robert Carson.
And the Oscar goes to...
Oh, the house! Charlie Wachtel, David Rabinowitz, and Kevin Wilmot, and Spike Lee!
This is the first Oscar and nomination for Charlie Wachtel, David Rabinowitz, and Kevin Wilmot. It's the first win and fifth nomination for Spike Lee.
All right. Robert. All right. Do not turn that motherfucking clock on. I want to thank Tanya Jackson Satchel. The word today is irony. The date, the 24th, the month, February, which also happens to be the shortest month of the year, which also happens to be Black History Month. The year 2019, the year 1619. History, her story. 1619, 2019. 400 years.
400 years, our ancestors were stolen from Mother Africa and brought to Jamestown, Virginia, enslaved. Our ancestors worked from the land from Kansas City in the morning to Kansas City at night. My grandmother, Zimmy Sheldon Retha, who lived to be 100 years young, who was a Spelman College graduate, even though her mother was a slave. My grandma, who saved 50 years of Social Security checks for her first grandchild, she called me Spiky Poo. She put me through Morehouse College and NYU grad film. NYU. Before the world tonight, I give praise to our ancestors who helped build this country and what is today, along with the genocide of its native people. We all connect with our ancestors. We will have love, wisdom, we will regain our humanity. It will be a powerful moment. The 2020 presidential election is around the corner. Let's all mobilize. Let's all be on the right side of history. Make the moral choice between love versus hate. Let's do the right thing. You know I had to get that in there.
Coming up, Barbara Streisand and a look at the final 2 Best Picture nominees, Black Klansman and Green Book. Then later, the Oscars for Best Actor and Actress. And Julia Roberts presents Best Picture. Plus Chadwick Boseman, Constance Wu, and Oscar winners Sam Rockwell and Allison Janney. Welcome back to the Oscars at the Dolby Theater. Tonight's band is led by music director Ricky Minor. And now, please welcome Tessa Thompson and Michael B. Jordan.
The score serves as a musical through line that impacts our feelings in any given scene.
Like when we hear this Oscar-winning score.
I know it's time to take my ass out the water because probably something bad is going to happen in the ocean.
But wait, you can swim, right?
Yeah, why would you ask me?
Just because unfortunately a lot of people don't know that about us.
Touche, touche. Or how about when you hear this?
We know people are going to fall in love before something else bad happens in the ocean. A great score moves us as an audience.
While reminding us that really bad things can happen in the ocean.
Here are the nominees for Best Original Score. Black Panther by Ludwig Göransson. Black Klansman by Terrence Blanchard. If Beale Street Could Talk by Nicholas Britell. Isle of Dogs by Alexandra Desplat. Mary Poppins Returns by Mark Shaman.
And the Oscar goes to
Ludwig Göransson.
Black Panther.
This is the first Oscar and nomination for Ludwig Göransson.
Thank you, Ryan Coogler. Ryan, working with you has been an incredible honor. I remember 12 years ago, we're sitting in our dorm at USC writing the score for your first short film. And we're here 12 years later, celebrating one of the most important cinematic moments in history. I want to share this award with all the incredible African artists that I worked with on the score, Baba Mal, Masamba Diop, Maguette Sow, and all the classical musicians in London that recorded on the score, and everyone. I also want to share this award with my mom and dad and my sister. They insisted I play guitar. And my wife, Serena, I love you so much. Thank you.
Please welcome Constance Wu and Chadwick Boseman.
Over the Rainbow and the theme from Shaft.
Mona Lisa and Lose Yourself.
The Way We Were and Man or Muppet.
Streets of Philadelphia and Remember Me. The only thing these songs could possibly have in common is the place they've earned in history as Academy Award winners. Tonight, another will join their ranks.
This year's nominated songs are as eclectic and stylistically distinctive as the stories they tell.
Once again, here are this year's nominees for Best Original Song. All the Stars from Black Panther. Music by Kendrick Lamar, Mark Soundwave Spears, and Anthony Top Dog Tiffith. Lyric by Kendrick Lamar, SZA, and Anthony Top Dog Tiffith. I'll Fight from RBG. Music and lyric by Diane Warren. The Place Where Lost Things Go from Mary Poppins Returns. Music by Mark Shaman, lyric by Scott Whitman and Mark Shaman. Shallow from A Star Is Born. Music and lyric by Lady Gaga, Mark Ronson, Anthony Rosamondo, and Andrew Wyatt. When a Cowboy Trades His Spurs for Wings from The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Music and lyric by Gillian Welch and David Rawlings.
And the Oscar goes to... Let's see. Lady Gaga, Mark Ronson, Anthony Rosamondo, and Andrew Wyatt.
This is the first Oscar nomination for Mark Ronson, Anthony Rosamondo, and Andrew Wyatt. The first win and third nomination for Lady Gaga, who is also nominated in the Leading Actress category.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to the Academy for this wonderful honor. Thank you to every single person in this room. Thank you to Mark Ronson, to Anthony Rosamondo, to Andrew Wyatt, my co-writers. I love them so much. To my sister, my soulmate, I love you. My family's here. I love you, Mom and Dad, Bradley. There is not a single person on the planet that could have sang this song with me but you. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you so much. And if you are at home and you're sitting on your couch and you are watching this right now, all I have to say is that this is hard work. I've worked hard for a long time, and it's not about, it's not about winning, but what it's about is not giving up. If you have a dream, fight for it. There's a discipline for passion, and it's not about how many times you get rejected or but you fall down or you're beaten up. It's about how many times you stand up and are brave and you keep on going. Thank you.
Only because you can't really thank yourself. I think when you're in the room with this person, you really don't have to do too much. So she acts, she writes, she sings the song Lady Gaga. We salute you. Thank you for this.
Please welcome the President of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, John Bailey.
This evening, we celebrate the achievements not only of our awards winners, but all 212 nominees of the Academy's class of 2018. We also pause to honor all those artists who have left us since our last awards ceremony, the men and women whose movies have so entertained and inspired us. Only a few of them can be highlighted here, but let's now give tribute to all their extraordinary lives and works in this music of John Williams, with the Los Angeles Philharmonic celebrating its centennial year under the direction of Maestro Gustavo Dudamel.
The Academy held the Governor's Awards, where honorary Oscars were presented to actress Cicely Tyson, composer Lalo Schifrin, and publicist Marvin Levy. The Thalberg Award went to producers Kathleen Kennedy and Frank Marshall. Kennedy is the first woman to receive the Thalberg. And on February 9th, David Oyelowo hosted the Academy's annual Sci-Tech Awards. 9 scientific and technical achievements represented by 27 individual award recipients were honored that night. And now, please welcome two-time Academy Award winner, Barbra Streisand.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. When I first saw Black Klansman, I was stunned. I was very excited, and I was very moved. It had everything a great film should have. It was so real, so funny, and yet so horrifying, because it was based on the truth. And truth is especially precious these days. I had to... Thank you. So I had to tweet about it, about how good it was. And then I got a lovely thank you from Spike himself. And the conversation after that was very easy because we were both raised in Brooklyn. And, Spike, we both love hats. So, after a lifetime of bold, game-changing work, here is Spike Lee's masterpiece, the story of the first African-American detective in the Colorado Springs Police Department who joins forces with his Jewish colleague to infiltrate the Ku Klux Klan. Now, that is funny already. But it's an unflinching look at race relations in America. Back in the 1970s, that was then, but it is just as relevant today. Thank you,
This is
Spike.
David Duke.
This is Ron Stallworth. I'm anxious to meet you.
I'm just happy to be talking to a true white American. They want you to join the Klan?
They want to meet me first.
You probably shouldn't go to that meeting.
You need to wake up. Don't think just because I don't wear a black beret that I don't care about my people. It's too late. It's too late. Black power! White power! Black power! White power!
You're Jewish, brother.
Why are you acting like you ain't got skin in the game?
That's my business. It's our business.
Please welcome last year's winners for actress in a supporting role and actor in a leading role, Allison Janney and Gary Oldman.
You and I couldn't have won Oscars for portraying two more different people.
That's so true. One of us playing a brash and controversial leader, known for loving whiskey and always being enshrouded in that trademark cloud of smoke.
Yes, and then, of course, you played Churchill. And here are the nominees for performance by an actor in a leading role. Christian Bale, Vice.
3,000 innocent people burned to death by those monsters, and yet you object when I refuse to kiss those monsters on the cheek and say pretty please. You answer me this: what terrorist attack would you have let go forward so you wouldn't seem like a mean and nasty fella?
Bradley Cooper, A Star is Born.
Can I tell you a secret? I think you might be a songwriter.
not very good at keeping secrets.
Willem Dafoe at Eternity's Gate.
I believe I have a menacing spirit around me. An invisible being. I feel it. I don't see it. He speaks to me and threatens me, and all he wants to do is plunge a knife into my heart. I saw him and I tried to cut him out of myself.
Rami Malek, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Sometimes wish I'd never been born at all.
Viggo Mortensen, Green Book.
You speak German, huh? That was Russian. Yeah, I was stationed in Germany in the army. I could pick up a little bit of what you're saying there. Watch out for them crowds. They're all sneaks. Kennedy should have bombed them when he had the chance.
And the Oscar goes to
Rami Malek.
This is the first Oscar and nomination for Rami Malek.
Oh my God. My mom is in here somewhere. I love you. I love you, lady. My family, thank you for all of this. My dad didn't get to see me do any of this. He's not, but I think he's looking down on me right now. So this is a monumental moment. One, I'm so appreciative to all of you, to everyone who has had a hand in getting me here, to the Academy, to people who took a chance on me every step of the way, Graham King, Dennis O'Sullivan, everyone at Fox and New Regency, thank you guys so much. I may not have been the obvious choice, but I guess it worked out. Thank you, Queen. Thank you guys for allowing me to be the tiniest part of your phenomenal, extraordinary legacy. I am forever in your debt. My crew and my cast, I love you. You are my equals. You are my betters. I could have never been here without you. I think about what it would have been like to tell little Bubba Rami that one day this might happen to him, and I think his curly-haired little mind would be blown. That kid was struggling with his identity, trying to figure himself out, and I think to anyone struggling with theirs and trying to discover their voice, listen, we made a film about a gay man, an immigrant who lived his life just unapologetically himself. And the fact that I'm celebrating him and this story with you tonight is proof that we're longing for stories like this. I am the son of immigrants from Egypt. I'm a first-generation American, and part of my story is being written right now, and I could not be more grateful to each and every one of you and everyone who believed in me for this moment. It is something I will treasure for the rest of my life. Lucy Boynton, You're the heart of this film. You are beyond immensely talented. You have captured my heart. Thank you so much.
Coming up next, a look at Best Picture nominee Green Book and the award for Best Actress. Will the Oscar go to Yalitza Aparicio, Glenn Close, Olivia Colman, Lady Gaga, or Melissa McCarthy? Keep watching to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Amandla Stenberg and Congressman John Lewis.
Our final nominee for Best Picture is a film about bigotry, friendship, and growth, based on the story of a white man and an African-American man on a journey through the segregated South.
I can bear witness that the portrait of that time and place in our history is very real. It is seared in my memory. Black men and women, our brothers and sisters, treated as second-class citizens, threatened for raising their family or earning a living, beaten and sometimes killed for the crime of trying to live a life with dignity. Our nation bears the scars of that time, as do I.
The characters in Green Book gradually tore down the walls between them, transforming each other in the process. As this film demonstrates, any journey that opens someone's eyes and softens their heart is one that is worth taking.
Young or old, I encourage you to be an active participant in the journey. This is Green Book.
Have you ever driven professionally before?
I could drive anything.
What other experience do you have?
Public relations.
I'm about to embark on a concert tour of the Deep South.
You and the Deep South? There's gonna be problems. Get your hands off them! Now!
What are you doing?
A letter.
Put this down. Dear Dolores, the distance between us is breaking my spirit. Falling in love with you
Was the easiest thing I have ever done.
Either I eat in this room or I'm not performing tonight.
It takes courage to change people's hearts.
Please welcome Academy Award winners Frances McDormand and Sam Rockwell.
It's an honor for us to be back on stage. Frances, do you have anything to add?
No. Nope. Thank you very much.
Here are the nominees for performance by an actress in a leading role.
Yalitza Aparicio Roma.
¿Qué haces? Ya dime.
No puedo, estoy muerta.
Ah.
Oye, me gusta estar muerta.
Glenn Close, the wife.
What we were talking about the other day.
Yes.
I want to say that what you implied isn't true. And if you malign Joe's talent in any way, I'll take you to court. Good luck, Nathaniel. I'm sure you'll write a fine book.
Olivia Colman, The Favorite.
Well, I've been wanting to give you something for quite some time now. Seemed like the perfect opportunity with Marlborough winning.
It is a monstrous extravagance, Mrs. Morley. We are at war.
We won.
Oh, it is not over. We must continue.
Oh. Oh, I did not know that.
Lady Gaga, A Star Is Born.
I won't do this again. I won't come and find you. Next time you can clean up your own mess.
Melissa McCarthy, Can You Ever Forgive Me?
But it wasn't really my work, was it? I mean, if I had put in my work, and I would have been opening myself up to criticism. And I'm too much of a coward to do that.
And the Oscar goes to?
Olivia Colman.
This is the first Oscar and nomination for Olivia Colman.
Oh, it's genuinely quite stressful. This is hilarious. Go on, Oscar. Okay. I have to thank lots of people. If, by the way, I forget anybody, I'm going to find you later. I'm going to give you all a massive snog, and I'm really sorry that if I might forget now. But Yorgos, my best director, and the best film, I'm with Emily and Rachel, the two loveliest women in the world to fall in love with and to go to work with every day. I mean, you can imagine, it wasn't a hardship. And to be in this category with these extraordinary women, and Glenn Close, you've been my idol for so long, and this is not how I wanted it to be, and I think you're amazing. I love you very much. And love you all. Thank you. Lindy King, my agent, who took me on over 20 years ago. Thank you so much. And Olive and Hildy and Brynna, who made me do things that I said no to, but she was right. And my mum and my dad. Well, you know. And my kids who are at home and watching, look. Well, if you're not, then well, kind of well done. But I sort of hope you are. This is not going to happen again. And any little girl who's practicing their speech on the telly, you never know. And when I used to work as a cleaner, and I loved that job. I did spend quite a lot of my time imagining this. Oh, please wrap up. Right, okay. And thank you. And my husband, Ed, my best friend. I love you so much. 25 years, you've been my best supporter, and he's gonna cry. I'm not. And thank you so much. Fox, everybody, the cast, the crew, Francis, Sam, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Lady Gaga, Melissa. Thank you.
Coming up, the Academy Award for Directing, and Julia Roberts presents Best Picture. We'll be back in a moment. Please welcome last year's winner of the Academy Award for Directing, Guillermo del Toro.
Thank you. Yesterday I had a fever. I was very sick, but I wouldn't miss this for the world. Here I am today because I feel a great kinship with this award and with the people it honors. No matter what name is in this envelope, and I have not peeked, upset or fulfillment, I want to be here at this very moment. Because each of the nominees in this category tonight has made passionate, personal films. And all of them will leave tonight with those films untouched. They will be the very same films they were when we all walked into this ceremony. And for that, you can be very proud. Here are the nominees for Achievement in Directing.
Spike Lee, Black Klansman. Pavel Pawlikowski, Cold War. Yorgos Lanthimos, The Favorite. Alfonso Cuarón, Roma. Adam McKay, Vice.
And the Oscar goes to, this name I can't pronounce, Alfonso Cuarón.
This is the fourth Oscar for Alfonso Cuarón, his second win tonight.
Thank you so much. Being here doesn't get old. I hope by Guillermo doesn't get old. I want to thank so many people. Obviously, Yalitza Aparicio and Marina de Tavira. They are the film. They are truly the film. Amazing cast and crew. Gabriela Rodriguez and Nicolas Selly, my producers. David Lindy and Jonathan King at Participant Media. Ted Sarandos, Scott Stuber and Julie Fontaine at Netflix. Kelly Bush and Bibi Lerner at ID. And Guillermo del Toro, Alejandro González Iñárritu, and Henry Holmes. Now, I have to say, I'm going to get lost in a Bermuda Triangle here, so I better take my notes. Oh yeah, I want to thank the Academy for recognizing a film centered around an indigenous woman, one of the 70 million domestic workers in the world without work rights, a character that historically had been relegated in the background in cinema. As artists, our job is to look where others don't. This responsibility becomes much more important in times when we are being encouraged to look away. Muchas gracias al Ivo, muchas gracias a mi familia, muchas gracias México y sobre todo, muchas gracias Jonás Bu y Olmo. Gracias, gracias, gracias.
Coming up next, the final award of the evening, as Julia Roberts presents the Academy Award for Best Picture. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Academy Award winner, Julia Roberts.
Over the course of the evening, we've seen highlights from 8 films nominated for Best Picture. Each is unique in the story being told. Each is different in its appeal. But they prove, once again, that regardless of who you are or where you live, these are films that connect us to one another. Once again, here are the nominees for Best Picture. Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, A Star is Born, Vice. Oh, and the Oscar goes to Green Book.
Green Book has 5 Academy Award nominations this year, winning 3 Oscars: Actor in a Supporting Role, Original Screenplay, and Best Picture.
Aloha, and thank you to the members of the Academy. It's such a privilege. This is like a dream. We need to start by thanking our friends at Participant Media, who have been with us all along the way. Thanks for their belief. Yeah. We can't overlook Universal and E1 and Lionsgate and Cinetic and Angelotti, and I personally want to thank Christina and Maddie and all the Burks and all the Simpkins. We made this film with love, and we made it with tenderness, and we made it with respect. And it was all done under the direction of Pete Fairley. Pete's been an honor and a privilege. Yeah.
Thank you very much. You know, he's right, the whole story is about love. It's about loving each other despite our differences and finding out the truth about who we are. We're the same people. And this doesn't start, by the way, without Viggo Mortensen. Right there, we have no movie. All these awards are because Viggo and Mahershala and Linda, but it started with Viggo. And I give you this, my friend. Also, you may have noticed I didn't get to thank a lot of people before, so I'm going to jump in. I want to thank Steven Spielberg, Ron Meyer, Brian and Aileen Roberts, Octavia Spencer, Chris Bowers, Donna Langley, Jeff Small, Tom Wolfe, and Manish Ravel, Ellen Dumichel, Bill Kirby, who was the first writer I ever knew, Betsy Hyman, Tim Galvin, Kwame Parker. I want to thank Cordo Wilford. I wrote because of you. And I want to thank my sister Kathy. She died a week before we started shooting this, but she never left my side.
Hey, thanks very much for this, for the Academy, but I just want to dedicate this to our great, oh, you can't hear me? I want to dedicate it to our great friend, Carrie Fisher.
Well, apparently that wraps up the 91st Academy Awards. I would like to say congratulations to all the nominees and good night to Bradley Cooper's mother and my children, and thank you for watching.
members of the Academy who are eligible are invited to vote their nominations for Best Picture. In most other categories, the nominations are decided by a vote of the members working in that specific category. Then the entire membership chooses from those nominations the recipients of the Oscars. And finally, the results of all the secret voting are known only to the independent accounting firm of PricewaterhouseCoopers until the sealed envelopes are opened on the air.